This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm joined by Hopey Price, fresh off his victory of his past weekend over Daniel Mendoza. Hopey, how are you?
I'm all good, thank you. How are you?
I'm all good, mate. Good to speak to you, especially on the back of a victory. Just going back to this past weekend, like I say, how would you assess your win and your performance?
Looking back on it since I've come home and watching it on TV, I think it was a good performance. Considering the opponent obviously was short, it was awkward, and after so long, I think he was looking to survive in there. So I think it was more of a good point that I was putting to use the things I was doing into the gym and going on and putting it to work in the ring.
Talk to me about dealing with that size advantage, Hopey. Obviously, Daniel's very short and he was coming in very low on the night as well, making himself
Yeah.
even shorter. How did you feel kind of having to adjust to that?
Obviously, like you say, it wasn't the original scheduled opponent. The first opponent obviously was quite tall, and obviously even the other ones I was supposed to be boxing was a bit bigger, and then it got switched all of a sudden to Daniel, and obviously he's quite short, and people think obviously with me being tall that sometimes yeah, you've got a big advantage, but sometimes it's just as hard boxing someone smaller or as awkward than it is boxing someone taller. Obviously, like you say, he was coming in even lower than what he was, so it's hard to pin him and hit him clean. So you just got to be careful and wary of obviously the heads coming in or clashing or anything. So I think all in all, I dealt with it very good.
Given the late notice to get a replacement in, and obviously like we've just spoken about the difference in size between the pair of you, are you happy in general with just kind of having dealt with this entire situation? You've got through the fight, you've got a win. Now you just look forwards.
Yeah, like you say, obviously looking back on it, it was a good performance. I think controlled the fight from start to finish. Never really got hit that many times. Like you say, I've come out unmarked, unscaled, no injuries, and looking to push on now. And get that step up fight that I wanted before.
Talking about the next step, Hopey. I know that Dave said he'd still love to make the Zahid Hussain fight. Is that the one for you? If it was your choice, would it be him next?
Obviously we were supposed to box last time, so it would be good if we could get the fight on next. But if not, then just another step up in the right direction. I want that fight where it's someone where obviously they do come to win, but someone with a meaningful, good record where people turned around last time and said, "Whoa, this is a good step up." I want that sort of fight next, and I think Eddie and Dave will deliver that fight for me.
How difficult is it to find that right balance, Hopey, of getting the next step up, but also somebody who isn't basically
Too
too
big of a
tough of
step.
a task for you to kind of take on
Yeah.
at this stage of your career?
Well, I just leave that down to my team. I just leave that down to Davey. Obviously, he picks me opponents and tells me who I'm fighting and when. So my career is in Dave's hands. So whoever he puts me in with, I know he's not putting me in there. He's putting me in there 100% confident that I can beat whoever I'm going in there against. And I'm 100% confident in my ability as well for whoever he puts me in there that I am going to beat. So obviously, I do know I'm still only young. I do know we're still not rushing, but we're still going to take these little step ups. Like you say, you might get less fights per year. You've got to make every fight count. With the whole pandemic what's been going on.
Hopey, let's just kind of move forwards. I just want to get your thoughts on another fight on the card. Lee Wood, somebody you know very well, overcoming Reece Mould. What did you make of Lee's win?
I thought it was a brilliant performance. I think he started off obviously a good fight. I think Mould's always going to put the pressure on early. He's got that sort of style of fight, and I thought Lee kept composed very well early on, and didn't obviously start gunslinging back with him too early. And then I think slowly but surely he broke Reece Mould down, and obviously did a spectacular knockout in the end as well.
Hopey, just to pick that one back up there, just a slight technical issue. Obviously going back over to kind of another fight from his past weekend, Josh Warrington's coming to a surprise defeat to Mauricio Lara. What did you make of that?
Well, first of all, I think it was a big shock to everyone and the whole boxing world. Obviously, I think everyone thought Josh was just going to go in here, do a bit of a job on Mauricio Lara and move on to the big fight. And obviously it didn't go to plan. And for me, I think we all know these Mexicans is tough guys. I think they wear the heart on the sleeve. And I think the worst possible thing you can do with any of them is go straight in there from round one and start trading. I think Josh is the superior boxer. I think if they do have a rematch, then you will see that. But he's just got to use it. I think he come out trading from round one and made it a 50-50 fight straight away. And obviously it's sort of who lands first. And he was a big puncher. So I think once he actually did catch him in the fourth round, his legs never recovered from that. And obviously it was a bad knockout in the end. And thankfully, obviously, he's all safe and home to his family now.
And then just moving away from this past weekend onto this coming one, Jordan Gill, a campmate of yours, returns, faces Cesar Juarez. Just your thoughts on kind of Jordan's camp, and of course, what do you make of their fight?
You know what? I think for Jordan, he's one of the most dedicated people I've seen to the sport. He deserves everything he gets, and I think over the past maybe year and a half, he's improved so much in the gym. Like his ability is definitely world class, and I think this could be the fight what sort of breaks him out into that world class level. I think Cesar Juarez has obviously boxed some good opponents he's been in with Donaire and some other good world champions. So I think if Jordan goes and puts the performance on, which I think he can, then obviously it's a big statement this coming weekend.
And of course, a couple other fights to look forward to on that undercard. You've got Ryland Charlton versus Florian. Marku, your thoughts in that welterweight battle?
I think obviously it's exciting. I think everyone wants to see that fight. I think that's just going to be an all-out war. I think another one of them who lands first. So that fight is very exciting for me. Hopefully they both go to the centre of the ring and go toe-to-toe straight away. I think it'll be an excitement for fans to watch.
And then the headline fight, you've got White People Pillars, the boxer versus the puncher in Josh Kelly versus David Avanesian. How does this fight play out in your eyes, Hopey?
In my opinion, I think obviously Josh Kelly's, I think his distance and his boxing brain, I think, is gonna pay off in this fight. I don't really see how Avanesian is gonna get past that. I think obviously everyone's just saying, oh, he might be too strong and walk through him, but I think he's got the power, to keep him off. He's got like that, just to Avanesian to respect him. He's got enough power to do that. I think the feet and the lead hand is a big part of this fight. I think if Josh Kelly controls the distance and the space and the time, the pace of the fight, then I don't see why Josh Kelly doesn't make it an easy night's work. But that's if he doesn't allow Avanesian to get on the inside and go to work.
Right, I hope we'll leave that then. I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your day. But I'm leaving a final word to yourself for everybody who tuned in and watched you this past weekend and for, of course, the remainder of this year. What would you like to say to everyone?
Just a big thank you for everyone what tuned in and still keep inside and stay safe during this pandemic. And hopefully we'll be out again very soon.
Hope it's a pleasure to catch up with you. I'll speak to you again soon. Thank you for your time and thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Listen, thank you very much. Thank you.